this is from all my clients, so I tell you yoga is so amazing for your body, and I'm always promising I'm going to make a video. So today I'm holding myself accountable, and we're going to do some yoga today. So we're going to start in child's pose. So we're going to start on the end of our mat. We're going to go down, take our knees wide, our toes come back together, and then we're going to reach out to the top of our mat, really stretching out for child's pose. This can be a great pose for releasing stored trauma that's stored in your hips. So maybe stay here as long as you need to. Maybe you can try and feel for the releases that are happening through your hips. And then we're going to go up into downward dog. So we're just going to take our butt up into the air. I like to stretch out each of my legs, so I reach up one foot while the other one stays planted. And then switch your feet. And then both feet up. And then even leaning back into your arms. And back into downward dog. We're going to bring our feet to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, reach up. Extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're going to flow, which we're just going to take our hands to the top of the mat. Bring our toes back to the back of the mat. We're going to push down like we're doing a push-up, and then slide our body up into upward facing dog. And then back into downward dog. We're going to bring our feet back to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, and flow again. And back to downward dog. One more time, we're going to bring our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and flow. And back to downward dog. Last time, we're going to bring our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and flow. This time we're going to bring our feet to the top of the mat. And we're going to go into chair pose, kind of like you're sitting on a chair with your arms up. And exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're going to flow again. This time, we're going to bring our right foot forward, planting our back foot, reaching up for warrior one. And then hands back down to the mat and flow. Left foot comes forward this time, reaching up for warrior one. And flow. Feet to the front of the mat. And chair pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and flow. Left foot comes forward. Reach up. And flow. Left foot comes forward. Reach up, warrior one. And flow. We're going to bring the feet to the top of the mat. And chair pose. And fold. Halfway lift. And flow. Right foot comes forward. Reach up. And flow. Left foot comes forward. Reach up. And flow. Downward dog. Last time, feet to the front of the mat. And chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And flow. Right foot forward. Warrior one. And flow. Left foot forward. Warrior one. It's a little bit intense at the beginning. We're trying to build the heat in our body. Gets easier as we go, hopefully for everyone. And then we flow. And back down to downward dog. Now we're going to take our right foot up into the air for three-legged dog. We're going to bend at the knee. You can either stay here, or you can take that leg all the way over for flip dog. And then we're going to come on to the other side into side plank. If this is a little tricky for you, you can always take your knee down to the mat and build yourself up. And then we're going to come back to center. We're always keeping balance in our body, so we're going to take our left leg up for three-legged dog. Bend at your knee. Stay there or take it over. And back to side plank. And then back down to downward dog. Always feel free to make any modifications. Yoga is what feels right for your body. We never want to do something that doesn't feel right for us, push our body too hard, too fast. Yoga is a practice. It takes a while to get where we want to be, but we don't need to feel intimidated by doing something different. We're going to bring our right foot forward, staying on our toes in the back this time, reaching up. For crescent lunge. We're going to bring our hands down to heart center. And then we're gonna twist. So as far as you can twist is fine. Some of us are just gonna twist a little. Some of us will take our elbow onto the other side of our knee, twisting to the right. And then back to center. We're gonna take that back leg over, open up for warrior two. And then we're gonna slide down, reaching up over for our extended side angle. Want to be careful that we can still lift this hand up. We're not dumping all of our weight into there. We're really just trying to get a nice stretch through here. And then we flow. Keep the balance, so we're going to take our other leg out in front of us. Left leg, reaching up, crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. And twist to the left this time. And then coming back to center. Again, opening up for warrior two. And then reaching over for extended side angle. Again, feeling that stretch right through here. And then we flow. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. If this feels like it's getting too much for you, you can always go back to downward dog at any time and take a rest, or even back into child's pose. You go to any yoga studio, there's people who are very good at yoga who will take a break here and there. It's nothing, to feel bad about. And then we're gonna bring our feet back up to the top of the mat, back into chair pose, hands to heart center. And then we're going to twist to the right. And back to center. And twist to the left. We're gonna come back up, and maybe this is a good time for you to go ahead and shake your legs out, especially if you're just beginning. Take a deep breath, empty yourself into the practice. We're gonna go ahead and fold over. We're gonna take our two peace fingers and we're gonna grab our big toes if we can. If not, that's okay too. We can always come right here. It's whatever is comfortable, whatever is slightly challenging for our body. We don't want to push ourselves too hard, too fast. And we're just gonna let our body hang. Maybe taking some deep breaths. You always want to connect your breath into the movement. And then you can either stay here or wherever you're at. And if you want to go a little bit further, we're going to take the palms of our hands and slide them as far as we can under the soles of our feet for Gorilla Asana. two poses that we can next do. One is a little challenging, especially if we're more of a beginner, where we can build ourselves up to that. So if you're a beginner, maybe goddess squat is actually going to be better for you, or you can just try and squat down. This is actually one of the exercises that is connected with longevity. So you always want to be able to do a squat. If we can't, that's something we definitely want to work up to, is to ensure that we're having a healthy longevity and can do the things that we want to do. If you find this to be easy and you want a little bit more of a challenge, the actual pose that we do here is crow. It probably is one of the most challenging in the whole sequence of what we're gonna do. But we're gonna take our hands down to the mat and we're gonna kind of be up on our toes right behind our hands. And then you're gonna kind of put your body up a little bit. You wanna bend your elbows a little bit because you kind of wanna create a shelf so that your lower legs can touch onto your upper arms. And then you're gonna wanna look forward, find a place that you can focus on, and then kind of lean into it, pulling your toes up off of the mat and balancing on your arms. Again, this is, a little more of an advanced pose. We don't need to try this if this feels out of our range. This is something that we can build up to. Most people cannot do this when they first start yoga, so there's no shame in that. And then we're gonna come back down to the mat. Hands to heart center, take a moment, catch your breath. And then we're gonna go ahead and stand up. Again, this might be another good place to kind of shake it out a little bit, especially if we're just beginning. We're gonna do some balancing poses. Balance is extremely important as we get older because a lot of times what tends to take older people out is having a fall and then trying to recover from that. I see a lot of you in my office, if that's the case, because then you tend to favor one part of your body over the other, it just throws everything out of whack. And so to prevent some of those falls, we want to have great balance. So we're going to do some balancing poses. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to take it over the left leg. Now again, it's whatever feels right for your body. Yoga is a practice. You build up to those things that you want to do that maybe you can't do right now. That's where everyone starts, even me. So it might be that this is what you're gonna do for eagle. It's simply this. Eventually we wanna get the foot up off the mat a little bit so that we're creating more of that balance. If you've been doing this or if this feels comfortable to you, you can always pull it up so you're crossing over the knee. And then eventually you wanna hook that foot behind the other leg. And then eagle arms, if it feels right for you, you can just hug yourself. But we're gonna take our right arm and then our left arm goes under it and we're gonna wrap for eagle arms. And then we're holding the pose. Make sure we're not holding our breath during any part of yoga. You're supposed to be connecting in with the breath. If anything, you wanna exhale out, empty yourself out, but we're not holding it. We're breathing in and breathing out, because that's not gonna be as good, especially during balancing poses. One of the very keys of holding the pose for an extended period of time with great balance is finding that place on the wall, on the ceiling, wherever that focal point is for you, to really focus in on that point while you're holding that pose. The more focused, the more easier it will become. And then we're gonna do the opposite side. So we're gonna take our left leg over our right leg, and then our left arm under our right arm. For eagle arms. And focus in. And then we can release. We're gonna try that one more time to really get some good practice in. So this time we're taking right leg over, right arm under. And then down. Some days, even when we're good at yoga, we may struggle with the balancing poses, even when usually we're good at them. Maybe that could indicate something about our life as well. In the lifestyle of yoga, it does, right? It all connects. Just something to reflect on. Again, we're gonna take our left leg over and our left arm under and hold. Focusing in. And release. We're gonna do single leg extension. So it's gonna be a little tricky for people who are just starting. So you can always modify, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all start somewhere. You can go ahead and grab your knee and take it out in front of you. If it feels right for you, you're gonna take those peace fingers. You're gonna grab your big toe. Arm comes out for balance. We're gonna extend our leg out for single leg extension. And then whichever we're grabbing, we're gonna go ahead and take it out to the side. Either our knee or our leg. And it's okay if you have some bend in it. A lot of people start there and you work your way up to getting it fully extended. And then we're gonna bring it back into the center. And then we're gonna bring it back down. Here we're gonna go and we're gonna balance on our left leg first. Right leg comes out behind us. Maybe for you it's just right here. We're creating that balance, starting somewhere. Maybe for you it's all the way up. And then we're gonna take our arms out for airplane. And then back down. And then we're gonna do our opposite leg. So this time we're gonna balance on our left leg. And we're gonna take that right leg back behind us. Or we're gonna balance on our right leg and take our left leg back behind us. And back down. Again, this can be a tricky pose that we're gonna attempt to do next. So again, it's wherever you're at. Maybe you're just picking up your leg. And if this is a challenge for you, that's a great place to start. Maybe you're just lifting it up like this. Maybe the flexibility for you isn't there yet. You will get it as you practice more, but wherever you start is fine. Those of us that feel right for, you can go ahead and you can grab your leg behind you. You're gonna take your arm out in front, and then you're gonna kind of lean into it for dancer. Again, focus is key. Find your spot on the wall. And then we're gonna bring it back down and release. And of course, we're gonna do it on the opposite side. So we're gonna take our left leg back this time, grabbing our left leg and reaching out into it. Again, find your spot. Focus is key. And bring it back down. We're gonna do tree pose. So tree pose could be here for you, could be here for you, could be all the way pressing up. The key is kind of like pressing, using that tension between your foot and your leg. And then we bring our hands into heart center. Empty yourself out. Surrender yourself into the pose. And if you want to, you could always take it out. And then we're going to release and come back down Left leg this time, wherever that is for you. My tree's a little shaky today, and that's okay. And then back down. We're gonna take our right leg out in front, left leg back. We're gonna reach out like we're in warrior two. And then we're gonna hinge forward, reach down towards the ankle. Maybe it's right here, maybe it's all the way down. No matter where we're at, again, we wanna be able to lift this hand up. We're not dumping our weight into it. We're actually pulling up through our core and looking up towards our fingertips for triangle. And then we're going to swing around, and we're going to take our legs as wide as we can, wherever that is for you, for side facing forward fold. So we're going to start, and then we're going to lean down as much as we can, wherever that is for you. Maybe we want to take our legs wider here. It could just be touching down here. It could be reaching all the way through if you want a deeper stretch. And then coming back up. We're going to take both of our legs forward towards our mat, in line with each other. And then we're just going to reach down to the mat for pyramid. See if you can touch the mat. And then we're going to keep our left hand on the mat, and we're going to take our right hand and see if we can reach it up towards the ceiling, and then looking up towards your fingertips if you can. And then we're going to flow. So high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And then the left foot comes forward this time. Arms come out, hinge forward, reach down for triangle. Looking up towards your fingertips if you can. Feeling that good stretch in through your hip. And then we're going to turn our body so we're facing the wall. And then we're going to do side facing forward fold. Wide-legged side facing forward fold. So you're going to take your legs wide and then stretch down. I'm doing it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing, but you're facing the opposite wall. And then we're going to come back up, both feet facing forward and align with each other, left foot out in front this time, reaching down to touch the mat for pyramid. Kind of leaning back into it a little bit. And then we're going to take that right hand down to the mat, and then we're going to take our left hand up and reach up this time, looking up towards our fingertips. And then we're gonna take our hands to the top of the mat and we're gonna go down onto our bellies. It's okay if you wanna take a rest right here and take a couple breaths. You're always welcome to obviously stop and pause the video. You can always stop through the progression at any time and pick up the next day and try and get a little further. Just don't wanna push your body to a place that's not good for it. Make sure that you're always feeling what's good for you and just a slight challenge, not pushing your body to where you're gonna harm yourself. We're about halfway through and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with locusts. So we're gonna take our arms down along the mat next to our body and we're gonna lift up our legs and our arms for locusts. And then we're going to come back down. Take a nice deep breath out. And then we're going to reach back up. Really making sure that you're activating your core and your glutes. And then back down. We're going to reach back and grab whatever we can. Maybe it's just our pants that we're hanging on to. If you can get your ankles, that's good. But then we're going to pull up both sides of our body. And then you can even rock back and forth if you feel like it for floor bow. Get that nice good stretch in the lower back. Really trying to activate your core. And come back down. Exhale. And then again, we're going to reach back for floor bow again. And back down. And then we're going to push ourselves up into upward facing dog. And then come onto your knees. And then we're going to go up onto our knees. Here, it's whatever feels right for your body. It could just be kind of touching here, trying to look back, lean back as much as you can. If it feels right for you, you can go ahead and grab back to your ankles, to your feet, and lean back for camel. And back up. Really feel into your breath when you're doing yoga. You want to connect the movement with your breath. A lot of us actually hold our breath more than we realize through the day, which is not good. So feel okay with taking a nice big deep breath in. Exhaling. Where everyone can hear while you're doing this, it's totally fine. It's actually good for you. Go ahead, and we're going to do it one more time, so wherever that is for you. And then pull yourself back up. We're going to go ahead, we're going to go onto our back for bridge. So we're going to bring our feet up towards our seat. And then for bridge, we're just thrusting our hips up and holding. You're gonna try, this is really good for your glutes. Try and activate your glutes, your core, and come back down. We're gonna go back up one more time. Really engage your muscles. And back down. In this progression, wheel is optional. So if it feels right for your body, that's fine. If you want to just do another bridge, that's okay. But wheel is you're kind of taking your feet up behind you and pushing yourself up into a back bend. And then back down. We're going to go ahead and bring our feet together onto the mat. And your knees are wide, they come out. Maybe touch the floor if you can. For Supta Baddha Konasana, we're going to take one hand to our heart, one hand to our belly. When I used to teach yoga, we used to always do, we're going to have our hands here and we're going to breathe in all the good shit and let go of all the bullshit. And just let it go. Another thing that I like to do when I'm just doing yoga by myself, which is obviously completely optional for you, is during this movement, I like to pretend that there is this big ball of light and it just moves through my body, starting with the bottom of my body, and just takes out all the things that no longer serve me. And so I breathe in and then I exhale, imagining it going out the window closing, and all of the stuff leaving me. And so I start with a fresh start every morning. Totally optional if you'd like to try that visualization. I feel like it really helps me, but it's totally up to you. And then we're gonna go ahead, you can, again, it's whatever feels good. You could grab your knees, you could grab your pants, you could grab your ankles, you could grab your feet for a happy baby. And you're just pulling your knees down while your legs are extended up. And then this could be good enough for you. You could rock a little bit, giving your spine a little bit of a massage. And then something else I think feels really good and is also a great hip opener. I mean, this is a great hip opener as well, but really just like pulling your legs down and kind of like pulling into it really gives you a nice good stretch. And then coming back. And then we're going to take our legs up above us. This is really great to have the blood flow come back down into your body. This, you can stay right here. And then for this one, because I guess this is going to be a video that I post for kind of like the middle range of yoga, wherever you're starting. It's really optional to you which one you would choose to do. With the beginning class, I would say you would switch legs, so you could do alternating where you're switching them out for 15, or more advanced, whichever feels right for you, however strong your core is currently. I like to hold my legs together when I do this, so it's totally up to you, whichever feels right for your body right now. But we're going to go for 15, so we're going to go lower, and then we're going to pull them up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really important to do it slow and really be in the movement. I mean, we can do them really fast, but you're not engaging the muscles the same, you're not building the strength the same. So it's really important to do it slow and intentional. Next, we're gonna lower our legs a third, another third, and then we're gonna hover them. And then we're gonna tap our heels for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you can't make it to 15 right now, that's okay. You build yourself up, but I'd rather have there be more than less. And then we're gonna do that again. We're gonna lower a third, lower a third, and then down. And then we're gonna alternate while we're hovering. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we're gonna bring our legs back up. We're gonna bend at the knee. We're gonna take our hands behind our head. And then we're gonna take our elbows to our opposite knee. Again, we wanna do this slow and intentional so that we're really engaging the muscles, we're really getting benefit from it. It's not about how many you can do, it's about how good they are. It's really quality over quantity, so that you're getting out of it what you really want to. So we're gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Again, you don't need to do that many, or you can always pause the video and do more. I usually do more. It's really what feels right for your body. The next pose we're gonna do though is we're gonna rack up into boat pose. So we're bringing our legs up, and maybe your legs are just a little bit off the ground. That's okay. Maybe they're up as high as 9. Wherever you're starting is fine. But this is really just to engage the core. However, this is gonna tell you how strong your core is currently and give you kind of a marker of where you want to work up to. And then we hold this pose for a little bit. Doesn't have to be too long. And then you're going to come down to the mat. The poses now are going to be more stretching, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our right leg, the bottom half of our leg is going to be aligned with that top half of our mat. And again, a good modification for this is you can always just take this leg out in front of you on the side here. Or if it feels right for you, but again, we don't want to push our body too far, we're going to take it back as much as we can. Some of us are going to be able to get that leg all the way behind us. And I always like to start with just pushing up to get a good nice stretch. You should feel it up through your thigh and your back. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold down into it, getting a whole different set of stretch going on. You can take your arms to the mat and then just fold down into it. And then we're going to come on up. Some of us are probably a little more flexible than others, and so it's not really in this progression, but I like to add it in just for an extra challenge or stretch. Is where I attempt to get my body into the splits. So you could attempt to do this, and maybe you're up here, maybe you're down here, maybe you're all the way on the mat, holding yourself, trying to get that time to be longer each day. Or another good modification is just to be on your knee and like leaning down into your leg to really get at least one, good stretch on that leg. And you can always lean it out farther and lean down into it. Whatever feels good for you. But all the stretching that we can get as we get older is super important. And then we're gonna, after we're done with whatever stretch we chose to do there, if any, we're gonna take this leg, the back leg that we had behind us, so our left leg, and if it feels right for you, you can just do crisscross applesauce here. I'm gonna turn so you can see. Or if that feels very easy for you, you can take this left leg up on top of your other leg for double pigeon. Sorry, my cats are very needy. And then we're gonna have double pigeon, and you can either stay here, or again, we're challenging our body just to the point where it's a little bit of a challenge. We're not pushing it too far, but you can fold as far as your body will go. Getting a nice good stretch in through your legs. And then we're gonna come up from that. Whatever, you can, again, you can always pause the video whenever you feel like it. If it feels good for you that day, pause the video and take more time for that stretch. Lean into it, let your body feel it. If not, that's okay too. So then we're going to take our left leg this time and have that be out at the top of our mat. And again, it's wherever you are. You can take your other leg to the side, or again, behind you for half pigeon. Again, we're gonna lean into our back a little bit if we can. And then we're gonna fold down into it. Come back up, and again, you can do the modified form, or you can try and take yourself as much as you can into the splits. It's okay to hold yourself up, reposition until you find that place that feels right for you. But again, we're not doing this if this feels very wrong for our body. You can do any of the modified versions, or you don't have to do it at all. And then we're gonna come back around, and we're gonna do double pigeon. So we're gonna either do crisscross applesauce, or we're gonna take, again, we're gonna take this leg up on top of this leg, and then we're gonna fold down into it. And then we're gonna come back up. The next pose we're gonna do is frog. So again, there's a modified version of frog. So the modified version is you can just lay on your belly, which a lot of people think this feels really great just doing this, and so they choose to do this one instead of the actual version of it, and that's okay. And then you can bring your knee out to the side. One leg, your right leg should be straight, your left leg should be back up towards the side, and then you're just laying into it. If you choose to do the full version of frog, you're gonna come onto your mat, you're gonna take your knees out wide, and then you're gonna have your feet be parallel with the edge of the mat. And then you can either stay here, or you can lean down into it. But whichever version, just make sure you're not overdoing it. You can always work your way up to the version that you would like to do, which is the whole idea of yoga, doing what feels right for your body in the moment. sticking with the practice, getting to where you want to be. We're not always where we want to be at the start. Some people get a little discouraged by that and want to quit. You will get there if you stick with it, just like anything. There's things that I can't do. I'm really obsessed with the calisthenics videos. Really watch those before I come in and work out to really pump me up, because I'm not there yet. That's what I'm working towards. It's always good to have a goal. And then we're going to come back up and onto our mats. And then we're going to have a seated position. If you do the other version of the frog, make sure you're switching out and doing both legs during that time, whichever feels right for you. But after frog, we're going to take our legs out in front of us for a seated position, and then we're going to bring one leg in, pull it up into us for single leg seated extension. We're going to reach our arms up as we inhale, exhale, and fold. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to switch out our legs. Bring the other one in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, and fold. And come back up. This time we're going to take both of our legs out in front of us. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, and fold. And then we're going to bring our bodies back up. This time we're going to do tabletop. So we're going to take our hands kind of right by our seat, bending at the knees, and then we're going to push ourselves up. When I first started yoga, I couldn't even get my hands to go this way. So if that tells you how much I've progressed, to give you some motivation and not give up, because you can't do everything. And then we're going to come back down to a seated position. Our hands kind of stay here. There's two ways that we can do this. We can always just take our elbows down to the mat, push our chest out, look back behind us for fish, or the thing I'm always telling my clients, you can grab a yoga block and you can slide it so it's kind of aligned with your neck so that your head's still looking back and it's right under your shoulder blades, right through the middle of them. And then just let your body open up around it. We get so tight in through here because everything we do, driving, sitting on a computer, looking at our phones, all the things bring our body forward. We want to open it back up and give those muscles a break. come back up. So another optional part of the sequence is headstand, handstand. If that's something that's part of your practice, you can work it in here. I do a headstand, which you can always try. Those of you who are interested in it, make sure that you're being very careful. Maybe do it up against the wall, not just on your mat to start with, because if you fall over backwards, that will hurt. And so I really suggest putting your mat up against the wall and kicking up against the wall so that we're not having that injury. Again, we're not trying anything that we're not ready for, because I can't be held responsible for things that you try to do that your body really shouldn't be doing right now. So make sure that you're up against the wall if this is something that you're just trying out. But when you're up against the wall, or if you are an advanced person who this is in your wheelhouse, you're going to take your head to your mat, and then you're going to kind of build a shelf with your elbows again, and then you can take your knees onto your elbows and start here. This is a great place to start. Make sure that you can control your body right in this movement. Before you fully go into headstand, maybe just start with this. Make sure you can do this. And then, once you're really good and you feel like you have a good control of your body, go ahead and go up into headstand. And then again, you can go ahead and try different things to feel what feels right for your body. But again, it takes time and it takes good core strength and control with your arms before you do something like that. If that is not in your wheelhouse, that's okay. We can skip over that part and we can go right into shoulder stand. So we're gonna rock back, take our hips up into the air. You can always use your hands as props to hold yourself up, especially to get straight up. Again, getting that good flow coming down into your body. If this is not in your wheelhouse, that's okay. You can build yourself up. If not, you can just take your legs up into the air right now. But if shoulder stand is, we're here. And if you feel good here and you want to try plow, you're just going to take your legs down and touch your toes behind you if you can. If you're in plow and you feel like that's okay, you can always try deaf man's pose, where we're taking our knees out by the sides of our ears. And then we're coming back up into shoulder stand and slowly lowering our body. Here we're going to take our right leg straight, and then we're going to take our left knee over across our body. We're going to have our left arm out, extended on the other side of our body, and we're looking out towards those fingertips if we can. If this does not feel good for your body, you can always take both knees up to the side. Whatever feels right for your body. I like it better like this for supine twist, just because I can feel such a greater stretch, but that's up to you, whatever feels right for you. And we're looking towards the fingertips. And then we're going to come back into center, and we're going to switch sides, looking out towards those fingertips again. into center. We're going to take both of our heels out to the corners of our mat for Savasana, and we're done. This is a great time to just close your eyes and really tap into your breath, just focusing on your breath going in and out. Letting your body just melt down into the mat and just really relaxing your whole body. And then when we're finished, we're going to come up to a seated position. One thing I used to do when I taught yoga is I would love for women in my class, or men, because I think it applies to both, to go ahead and place their hands on their heart and just think of 3 things that they really like about themselves, because I think people have a hard time with feeling enough and feeling accepting of themselves. And for those of us who believe in God, we can't really show up for God and love Him if we can't love ourselves and show up for ourselves, because He is in us. So I think it's super important to do this. I had a huge response from women that would say, well, what do you say to yourself? And I think that, there's common threads through all of us. We're all beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. We're all strong. We get through life. Life is hard. There's so many things to love about ourselves and accept about ourselves, but I think this is a great time to really just take a moment and accept and appreciate ourselves, especially for just showing up for ourselves today. That's a true act of love for ourselves and for everyone around us. So just take a moment and think about the things that you love and appreciate and accept about yourself. We should all be proud that we showed up for ourselves today. I will be making some more videos where they make, a little more advanced. I do a little more advanced form of power yoga. I add weights in. I do some weights if you're interested in that. If this felt a little challenging for you, I will do one that's a little easier and broke down more. I probably will be doing a chair yoga for those of us who really are just feeling very challenged by exercising at all, because yoga is for everyone and for everybody, and we all start somewhere. And I think it's okay no matter where you're starting, and you can always get to where you want to be. Maybe it's a good idea to watch some of them and think about where you want to be and the goals that you have, because I think it's always important to do that as well. So be looking out for those videos. I hope that you found value in this and that this will be a great resource for you in your life. Love and light to all of you.